Good evening. In this presentation, I'm going to provide a financial analysis of Apple Inc. So, what has allowed Apple to be financially successful in the current market? Apple's financial success comes from how well it turns knowledge and innovation into products which people stick with. The company continuously invests in R&D, design, and human capital, which builds a strong intellectual capital and keeps Apple ahead in the tech market, where value is increasingly created through ideas, ecosystems, and brand trust. In its 2023 10K form, Apple also shows a business model built on premium hardware plus fast growing services, which creates recurring revenue and customer loyalty. Let's move on to what lessons can be drawn and also financial highlights of Apple. So the lesson is in the new economy, long-term financial strength come from protecting and scaling intellectual capital, innovation, talent, and customer relationship, not just physical assets. Financially, Apple highlights consistent profitability, strong operating cash flows, and disciplined capital returns to shareholders through buybacks and dividends. This reflects a company that converts innovation into real earnings and cash. So, in the next slide, we're going to have a brief overview of the three main financial statements of Apple. So first is income statements. So which indicating Apple's profitability. So Apple's income statement for 2023 shows that company continues to generate a strong revenue and high net income. Even in a challenging global market, Apple reported hundreds of billions in net sales, with solid profitability driven by iPhone sale, wearables, and especially its fast-growing services segment. The income statement highlights Apple's ability to maintain high margins through premium pricing and efficient cost management. The balance sheet, which reflecting Apple's financial position, shows that a company with massive total assets, a strong brand value, and a global supply chain. So, although Apple carries long-term debt, it also has significant resources such as cash, marketable securities, and strong equity generated from retained earnings and buybacks. The structure of Apple's balance sheet shows a business that is financially stable and highly efficient at using its asset to generate returns. And the statement of cash flows, which showing Apple's cash strength, reflect that impressive operating cash flow, which means the company consistently turns its business activities into real cash. Apple invests in innovation, manufacturing, and share repurchases while still maintaining a strong liquidity. The cash flow statement proves that Apple's operations generate more than enough cash to fund R&D, dividends, and its global expansion. So, in the next slide, let's move on to financial ratios of Apple. So, first one is solvency. So, Apple carries long-term debt, but solvency ratios shows manageable leverage and strong ability to support obligations. So another ratio is profitability, which Apple remains highly profitable due to pricing power, efficient cost structure, and the services ecosystem. The liquidity ratio shows that Apple's short-term liquidity looks tight compared to some firms, but this is normal for Apple because it generates reliable cash flow and manages working capital aggressively. And the final ratio is debt paying ability, which debt ratios and coverage measures indicate Apple can comfortably service debt supported by CD cash generation. So, and finally, would I invest in Apple? And the short answer is yes. I would invest, especially as a long-term hold. Apple's fundamentals are strong, and its success is rooted in an intellectual capital that keeps future innovation and demand alive. Also, market value is influenced by sentiment and media attention, and Apple consistently benefits from both its brand and customer base. So overall, Apple looks like a stable, high quality investment, which like very perfect and a competitive, reflecting a competitive strengths. Thank you for your attention. And here is are some references I have used.